You've been accustomed to focusing on basic bodices where you have a waist dart and side bust darts, but then you're ready to take things to the next level and you would like to put princess seams into those basic bodices. Let's work together to tackle that. Hello, my name is Juliet Uzor of sewsonatural.com, a place where we work together to demystify the art of sewing clothes. Hit the like button and let's jump right into today's project. So first things first, you'll need a plain sheet of paper and your basic bodice pattern. That bodice pattern would need to be traced and all the markings need to be transferred onto your plain paper. If you do not have a basic bodice pattern that you're happy to work with, I do have a basic set on my website, and it includes a basic bodice with waist darts and side bust darts, and it also has a basic sleeve and a basic skirt that you can transform to your heart's desire. So when you've traced it onto your plain sheet of paper, it could go two ways. We could either have a princess seam that goes from the armhole down to the waist, or we would have a princess seam that would go from the shoulder seam down to the waist. And don't worry, I'm going to share both of them with you in this video.
So the first thing that I do is I label the front and the back pieces in order to differentiate them. And as you can see, I am marking cut on fold. I like to do that with a line just to remind myself. So in order to find out where the armhole princess seam is going to start from, you need to measure the armhole from the beginning till the end and then find the midway point. And I like to do this by just folding the measuring tape in half in order to find out where the midpoint would be. And then I can mark it on the armhole. This part you have to be very, very gradual and precise with. Just go gradually around the armhole. And then you'll be able to find the midpoint of the armhole. You need a 1-inch point from the top of your dart in order to identify the bust point, and we can then draw a curved line from the armhole to join that bust point. But as you can see, I have a bit of a sharp edge there. So using the curved ruler, I need to just make sure it's a nice curve and not a sharp point, if that makes sense. I just keep going back and forth until I get it right. So it should be a curve. Now that dart on the side needs to go. So in order to get rid of it, we're going to cut through the midpoint of both darts and close up that dart, because we won't be having a dart on the side front of the princess seam. So we've closed it and made sure that both sides of the darts are meeting each other. We're going to tape them down. And yeah, and if you do find any part of your curve looking a bit pointed, you just need to smooth it out and label. Okay, so now we can't really cut our fabric out like this. So the next thing now to do is insert some seam allowance, and I'm inserting a 1-inch seam allowance by sticking my pattern piece onto plain paper and then drawing on the seam allowance. Please don't forget those notches, because those notches will tell you where both pieces should meet, like your front princess seam and your side princess seam. And the same thing I'm going to do on the center front princess seam. You stick it down, you add your 1 inch or ½ inch seam allowance or 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, whichever one you are comfortable with, and just join them together. I like to go with a 1 inch seam allowance because it's just less bulk when I create my princess seam and I don't have to do any trimming. But please always remember to transfer those markings, those notches that you inserted, so you would know where to join both pieces together. That's why we do that. And then the front is complete. And we move on to the back piece.
I was knocked down, heard the countdown through the haze in the face.
Same process as the front. What we need to do is to measure the armhole again, find the midpoint, mark it on the armhole, and create our princess seam at the back.
But I rose up from the ground, just like I was spellbound. All the odds were against me.
Now that it's marked on the armhole, we need to find that center line down the middle of the dart. We need to draw a 1 inch line from that center line of the dart and then create a curve from the armhole midpoint. Now this part here I found really tricky, so I had to just like draw it by hand because my curved ruler wasn't just doing it for me. And as you could see, I also inserted some notches so I would know where to join both pieces from. I found that the dart on this pattern looked a bit different to the other ones, so I just need to double check that I've got the right pattern piece, because it looked a bit too large, but I think it's just in my head. So as always, we insert our 1 inch or 3/8 of an inch or 5/8 of an inch or ½ an inch seam allowance to the side and the center front or center back pieces. So those seam allowances are so important. Now we're finished off. Oh, I forgot something. You have to trim off any excesses. And we're done with the first style. On to the second style now. For this one here, we would need to label as always. I've marked up 1 inch from the top of my dart, just the 1 inch, and then I would connect that 1 inch line to the midpoint of my shoulder seam. So halfway down the shoulder seam, mark a point and then connect it to that 1 inch line from the top of the dart. And then when you have that drawn down, you can connect it to the side bust darts. And as always, we have to close that side bust dart as well. So as you can see, just like we did with the first one, we need to close the darts, but make sure there's no, it needs to be easy to, it's like a pivot point, isn't it? So you don't cut all the way through the intersection, but you just need to make sure that it's just right, so you can pivot both darts or both sides of the darts, and then tape them down. And I'm already looking at this and I can tell that I need to smooth that sharp edge. So yeah, it needs to definitely be smooth. There we are. Yep, and using a curved ruler, smooth the sharp edge. Just a nice, smooth curve. And then cutting out one side of the dart and cutting out the other side of the dart, because we do not need that dart now, because the princess seam line is our new dart, and we've got those notches marking where we need to connect both pattern pieces, and we've got a side front and we've got our center front onto the back piece. Again, elongates that dart, the center line of the dart by 1 inch, and then connect it to the midpoint of the shoulder seam and and smooth the curve. It needs to be a nice smooth curve. Create a notch and cut out those pieces. And once they're cut out, we're good to go. That's the center back. It's extremely important to label your pieces so you do not get them connected to the wrong parts. Seam allowance is so important as well, otherwise you would end up with a small bodice which will not fit you. So we all have our preferences. I like to work with 1 inch, or not 1 inch, sorry, 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch, sometimes half an inch, depending. But with princess seams, I just prefer smaller seam allowances so that I do not end up with so much bulk. And it's easy because of that curve. When you sew the curves together, they become a bit difficult to manage in my experience. So what I always do is I make sure that my seam allowance isn't as large as, you know, like 5/8 of an inch or 3/4 of an inch. And it's time to do the fun the fun part. So you need to cut the center front on the fold and all the other pieces all around it. When you cut them out, do not forget to mark those notches by snipping into that seam allowance. And then match the right sides together. So front, center front and side front match together at the notches. Pin them together. I pin sometimes and sometimes I do not pin, but I have a video sharing how to sew without pinning. If you would like to, I'll leave it in the description box below so you can view it for yourself. Connect both of them at the notches and start pinning. You pin them just to make sure that there's no lumps and there's no bumps. So yeah, pin together and take over to the sewing machine. There's something I like to do when I sew princess seams. If I get to a point that I feel like would end up with a bit of a bump, I like to snip into the seam allowance just to help it to lay nice and flat. I'll show it to you when I start sewing. Remember to be very gentle with your fabric whilst you're manipulating it so you don't overstretch it.
On my own, all alone, left to bleed out. But I rose up from the ground, just like I was spellbound. All the odds were against me. So I picked up the pace, and now I'm in the race.
And then sew. Please do not forget what seam allowance you went with. Mine was a 1 centimeter seam allowance, so I am going to be sewing with a 1 centimeter seam allowance.
Like a bullet, won't take no.
That's the point I was talking about. You snip into the top, the curvier part of the seam, of the princess seam, just to allow things to lay nice and flat. And this is my homemade bust dart, my princess dart pressing tool. I made this using one of my bra cups, and it's good to use one that fits you. So use an old bra that's just perfect for your bust, and stuff it with. I stuffed mine with old scrap fabrics, and I sat it on a saucer. And just taped everything together using some interfacing. So I used woven interfacing for mine, and it just laid nice and flat. But yes, here we have it.
Okay, so as you saw in this video, we used pins to help us to put our princess seams together. But if you think, I would like to see how to do this without pins, I have this video here on the screen showing you how to construct these seams without pins. I'll hope to see you over at that video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. All the very best. Take care. Bye.